Ladies and gentlemen, this is TVP World. You're watching another edition of Military Mind, bringing you news from the front lines. I'm your host, Benjamin Lee. On Monday morning, Russian forces launched a large-scale aerial attack on Ukraine, deploying nearly 150 strike drones. Ukrainian authorities report that 21 drones hit their targets. In Zaporizhia, the Russian strike triggered a fire and damaged 10 residential buildings. According to preliminary information, no casualties were reported. Meanwhile, across the border, Ukrainian drones carried out an attack on Selidovo on Kuban in Russia's Krasnodar region. Drone debris fell onto the premises of 2 industrial facilities, causing fires. 1 person was injured and 7 private homes damaged. Ukrainian analysts say the target was likely a local oil refinery. The city hosts one of the region's largest facilities, Selidovo Eco, which has previously been targeted by Ukrainian strikes. Following a drone attack in April 2024, the refinery was forced to partially suspend operations. Turning now to the front line, Ukraine's counteroffensive in the Kupiansk sector has become the first genuinely successful Ukrainian offensive operation in several years, catching Russian troops by surprise. During the spring and summer of 2025, Russian forces built a bridgehead north of the city, later entrenching themselves in Kupiansk's northern districts by early autumn. According to the Institute for the Study of War, by October, Russian troops control about 14% of the city and were advancing towards its center. Soldiers operating in the area say Russian forces were initially present both inside the city and in its surrounding settlements, allowing them to maintain relatively effective positions. The Kupiansk operation is ongoing, though its pace has slowed due to severe winter conditions. Russian troops continue attempting to infiltrate the city, including by moving underground through pipelines, digging exits to the surface at various points. Ukrainian soldiers say these routes have become death traps with heavy Russian infantry losses. Now finally, to the Middle East, the Israeli Defense Forces say their overnight wave of airstrikes in Lebanon targeted Hezbollah weapon depots and military infrastructure. According to the IDF, one of the struck buildings was used by Hezbollah's elite Radwan force to plan and carry out attacks against Israel. In a separate statement, the Israeli military also reported the killing of Hezbollah's artillery commander. Lebanon's health ministry say the strikes left at least 1 person dead and another wounded. Now let us show you the evacuation of the RAK SA-12 MLRS on the Konstantinivka front. The operation is quick, precise, and leave no room for error. After completing their fire mission, Ukraine's border guards don't waste a second. The launcher is pulled from position immediately before the enemy can adjust for a follow-up strike. All of it unfolds under constant threat from Russian drones and artillery.
А пробуй прямо. Може пробуй прямо, може пробуй. Все, хватит. Все, вырвал. О, все. Все, очкай. Мужчины! А ну, давайте, поможи! А ну, поможи сюди! Сюди! Таскай, давай! Давай! Чекай, тут яма, тут бугор. Давай! Да, давай! Едь! Во! Все, Все. Выходи, Сань.
Now here's an unusual but telling picture of the reality of war in Ukraine. A Shahed drone loaded onto a trailer behind a patrol car. See, this is the scene in Irpin, parts of the Kyiv region, following another attack by Shahed drones. The downed Russian UAV is being transported for further inspection and documentation. According to the agency, transportation is safe as the drone's combat-related components have been dismantled and no longer poses a threat to civilians. Police and relevant services are following standard protocol, securing the site, clearing debris, and handing it over to specialists.
Полицейский кортеж. Теперь там шахеда, ёбана.
In the northern Slobozhensk front, Ukrainian units from the Unmanned Systems Center under the command of the 8th Airborne Brigade carried out effective combat operations against enemy artillery. During aerial reconnaissance, UAV operators spotted a 2S-1 Gavzika self-propelled artillery unit camouflaged in position and ready to fire. As a result of the strikes, enemy equipment was destroyed, disrupting plans to target Ukrainian positions. Footage distributed by Russia showing the aftermath of the Ukrainian Defense Forces UAV strike on personnel locations, ammunition depots, and military equipment in the temporarily occupied town of Selidovo has appeared online. Now, one of the videos clearly captures a drone approaching its target, as well as the preceding moment of impact. According to available information, the strike hit designated logistical support facilities with precision. The detonation of ammunition and damage to equipment highlight the effectiveness of Ukrainian reconnaissance and targeting, as well as the vulnerability of occupying forces deep within temporarily occupied territories.
Вон еще на дороге что-то горит. Склад у нас дымится на крыше вот. Все там. У нас ничего нам не будет. У нас все целое, короче. У нас все на месте. Что-то опять летит. Хорошо, я прям там был сейчас. Фу.
Мразота уебала! Конкретно!
And with that footage, we conclude this edition of Military Mind. But for more news, update, and commentary, please stay tuned to TVP World.